We've been talking about police brutality and abuse of authority quite a bit lately. There's been a lot of stories in the news on those things. Well, today the topic is police stupidity. And also a dash of racism too, most likely. So, a guy named Larry Davis was driving in Austin, Texas in January of 2013, and he was pulled over by an officer after rolling through a stop sign. That's already kind of dickish in my opinion, to pull him over based on that. But I guess it heavily depends on the situation. So if the guy really just blew through the stop sign, okay, that's understandable. You could pull him over. But if it was one of the ones that we all kind of do, where it's like you stop, but you're still technically going like 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour through it, that's silly. But anyway, they pulled him over. They asked him if he'd been drinking, and he was honest. He said, "I had one drink." Now, usually when the cops hear that, we all know the guy probably had like 8 drinks. So if somebody says that, I don't blame the cops here, but they decided, all right, well, we're going to do a field sobriety test on him. So I saw the video of that. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you for copyright reasons, but to my eye, it appeared like the guy did fine. The guy, he definitely didn't fail the test. Like, it wasn't that guy's drunk. You know, maybe you can make a case, maybe he's had one drink or 2 drinks, but no, he really, by and large, just did well, okay? Well, they didn't think so. They don't agree with me. They came to the conclusion that the guy flat out failed. He did horrible. Totally impossible to come to that conclusion, but they did. So then they did a breathalyzer on him. What was his blood alcohol level? 0.00. Turns out the dude had his drink like 5 hours beforehand, but he was still just being extra kind and extra safe, and he said, yeah, I had a drink. A long time ago, but I had a drink, okay? He was stone cold sober. Stone cold Steve Austin sober. Actually, that guy's drunk all the time, so the opposite of that. He was just sober, okay? They arrested him. Whoa. So the dude does okay on the field sobriety test. He's honest with you. And then he blows a 0.00 on the breathalyzer and you arrest him? Why would you do that? I mean, look, I understand if somebody says, we think the breathalyzer was broken. Okay, but there were multiple cops there. So that means there's multiple cars. So or even if there's not another car there, there's another cop somewhere in the area. So radio somebody, wait 5 minutes, have them come and use the other breathalyzer and just make sure you get the numbers right. But no. They didn't even think it was broken. It was just, oh, okay, he blew a 0.00, arrest him. He spent a day in jail. The guy spent a day in jail. I don't even know how to respond to this. So he now wants his arrest record cleared. I mean, that's the least he should want. I would be fine with this guy getting some sort of damages. You took a day out of the dude's life. The dude was sitting in jail when he had a 0.00 blood alcohol level, and you took him in. You're fucking up with your job. Okay, but so he wants his record cleared. But the supervisor of the arresting cop defended the cop's actions. I don't know how you could do this. He said, quote, if there is someone who is possibly impaired, we don't want them driving. We need to get them off the road. So that was probably the officer's mindset. No. I don't care what the officer's mindset was. I don't give a shit what the officer's mindset was. It's an empirical question. Is the dude drunk or is he not drunk? If he's drunk, you do what you got to do. You arrest him for DUI or DWI, and then you bring him up on charges or whatever the normal procedure is. But that's not what happened. The guy wasn't drunk. So when the guy's not drunk, you're still going to take him in, but that doesn't make any sense. Look, and here's my main takeaway from this story. Apart from the obvious of the police brutality needs to stop, there should be more oversight, the police stupidity needs to stop. This isn't even just a message just for police officers, for everybody, okay? Science matters. Can we stop pretending like we don't know the answers to certain things and somehow your opinion can override objective reality? I understand if you thought for a second somebody was drunk and you were wrong about it. Everybody can misperceive at one point or another. That happens, okay? We're human beings. Our instincts, our gut feelings, our visceral reaction, our eyes can mislead us. Our deduction of things can be off. But that's why science exists, to check that shit. That's why the breathalyzer exists, so that a cop doesn't just have to fucking make shit up and say, I think he's drunk, but I don't know. He smells a little like it. No, that the breathalyzer trumps you. The breathalyzer is above you on the drunk detecting scale. You're not even with it. You're not above it. You don't know more than the scientific device which specifically exists for this purpose. But this is why I go nuts, man. Whatever it is about society today, people always want to give their opinion and override the facts. It is a fact the guy had a 0.00% blood alcohol level, but you still want to take him in for being drunk. I don't know how anybody could be that stupid. How can anybody be that stupid? It's a fact that he's not drunk and you took him in for being drunk.